2, 1.
Wait.
Nope.
So I can wait.
Yeah, you're good.
This week on Zaboys. Hold on.
Oh, that's right.
That's
Yeah,
right,
you got
yeah.
you got to do that. I forgot.
Okay, let me write it real quick.
You're good. I'm gonna blow my nose real fast because I can feel a bogey in there.
For those of you that are on Thorny's live streaming, this is how we do this.
Okay, bogey avoided.
There we go. I like your shirt though. Mondo
Yeah.
Salas being represented.
Yeah, I did it last week too, but that one was dirty. So I could wear my Mark Powell hoodie that I had to buy, but it was a rough weekend, man.
Sounds like you had fun though.
Yeah, some. I got to babysit PJ.
Oh, you did.
In one of those
How'd
states.
that go?
Rough, very rough.
Yeah, I've been there, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd never seen it before, but yeah, I was like, damn, dude. But
yep. By the way, this is all going to be pulled from the beginning of the show, but
people have all of this.
It's on the stream, but you know,
it won't be saved there. But no, it is a handful.
Yeah, it was. I'll talk about that more when we're talking about personal stuff and not on the air.
Yeah, okay, good idea.
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting weekend. I'll leave it at that. Hence why I'm so crispy. Abilene's a hell of a non-shady town, and yet very shady town. It's weird.
Yeah. Did you get to go visit my my stadium out there? Shotwell Stadium. I shit you not. There is an actual football stadium out there called Shotwell Stadium.
Damn.
Okay, I'm ready. This week on the boys.
Yep.
All right, you're good to go?
Yes.
All right. For real. In 3, 2, 1. So I've got this Russian friend who's a sound engineer.
No, this week on Zaboys comes before this.
Check one.
So you gotta count Chris in to do his reading and then play this. Yeah.
That's true. That's my fault.
It's all good. We can still do all this.
All right. In 3, 2, 1.
This week on Zaboys, hide your kids. The Grammys are flapping WAP all around. This promises to be a director's cut version of Zaboys. As we
let's start that over.
Yeah, take it from the top.
And we have some fun with audio that people didn't know they were recording. Okay, yeah, give me one more time.
Start it over. Plus, it did something weird with your audio, anyways.
Yeah, it started cutting you out on its own.
And go.
Okay. This week on Zaboys, hide your kids. The Grammys are flapping WAP all around. This promises to be a director's cut version of Zaboys as we talk studio interference and we have fun with audio people didn't know they were recording.
Let's do that one more time. You went like it was the software this time. It did the
robot
the robot voice.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
buy me a drink.
That wasn't your fault. That wasn't your fault.
Okay, let's do it one more time.
Yeah. One more time, and hopefully it sticks. And go.
This week on Zaboys, hide your kids. The Grammys are flapping WAP all around. This promises to be a director's cut version of Zaboys as we talk studio interference, and we will have fun with audio people didn't know they were recording.
So I've got this Russian friend who's a sound engineer. And a check 1, 2. A check 1, 2.
Everybody out there, the champagne
delivering entertainment frequently, giving hope infamously, just kicking it like most normal, outstanding people, quietly revealing satire, trivially usurping volatile whack jobs, and xenial yahoos. It's Zaboys!
If you didn't hear me before, the champagne is popping, and we are going along right here on the Zaboys podcast. My name is Positive C. Over there in his realm of the Metroplex is Jim, the Brainbox Thornquist. Hey, Thorny.
Howdy. How's it going?
And our producer, Will Shotwell, is at Violating Airwave Studios on the ones and twos, having a good time over there.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
And we are ready to rock and roll with another bi-weekly episode of the Roundtable podcast we call Zaboys. We have a lot of fun today. We're going to talk about some director's cut stuff. You know, the Snyderverse is everywhere right now. The Snyder's cut of Justice League is like the talk of the nerd town. So we're going to get into why studio interference can be a good and bad thing. We also are going to have some fun with audio, audio clips of people that didn't know they were being recorded, because that's a real thing. It happens. We've actually been probably recorded without us knowing, haven't we, guys?
Oh yeah, always.
I know I have.
Anybody that comes to my house is being recorded without knowing. Wait, what? Didn't say that. Sorry, ladies.
And we will hopefully not have any more felonies than that happen tonight. But our first segment today is going to be about something that is really a hot button topic right now. It's the Grammys.
Yeah.
That seems weird today, doesn't it? The Grammys are a hot button topic, and when is that? Last thing that happened. Thorny, you have a lot of information on the Grammys. Come on with it there, sir.
Right. So, as you guys know, the Grammys were on the 14th. That is not today when we're recording this, or the Sunday that after you guys heard this. It was the last week. But did either of you watch them?
No.
Not at all.
Yep, neither did I.
Not one.
I only watched the clip of WAP, and that's about it. Just because
because I told you all to.
that's true. That's
wait.
true.
Will, pronounce that again?
WAP.
I think it's WAP.
I
know the middle word is ass, but I think it's pronounced WAP. I don't think it's WAP.
I don't really know.
Yeah, but I honestly don't know, because that's how little I care about that song. But
well, I'm guessing that because we all sprung forward an hour that day, that no one had time to watch the Grammys, because the viewership for this year was at a total of 9.23 million viewers, which sounds like a lot, but it's nearly 53% lower than last year's.
Man,
I wish not a lot at all.
I mean,
had that many listeners.
As a number, it's huge. Exactly, right? Like as a podcast, that'd be great listenership here, 9.23 million. But as a televised award show, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, you have no competition too on Sunday nights like that. It's not football season. Mm-hmm. There's really nothing going on for anybody to watch.
There's no shows coming out.
Yep,
man,
yep.
That is pretty terrible.
So the question that rose for me was, what killed the Grammys? Was it the politically woke show that paid tribute to the Black Lives Matter protest? Probably not. Was it the speech from former Women's March leader Tamika Mallory? Probably not. Or was it the sexually charged softcore porn demonstration between a female Bill Cosby and a horse? Maybe. It might have been that. I'm so happy you guys like that. That's the only joke we've got all night. No,
starting off with a bang.
Yeah.
I kind of have a thought on why the Grammys were like that. I mean, personally, I think pandemic viewing has completely changed what we digest as media watchers. We're not. This past year has proven we're not doing the same thing we were doing in 2019 when it comes to watching stuff. We're just not. So that has a lot to do with it. People aren't watching live TV because of streaming.
Viewing patterns have changed drastically.
Yeah, think about football. Think about the NFL, the most popular sport in this country. Their numbers are all down. Yep. So of course the Grammys are going to be down. No one cares about the Grammys because people have lost a lot of love for award shows. Like, I think that especially our generation has become very aware of how bullshit award shows are.
Yes.
It used to be a pinnacle of things. Like, our parents and grandparents, Grammy winners and Academy Award winners and Emmy winners. That was like the pinnacle of what it was to be a star in that field, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not really the same anymore. It's not the same at all. I mean, if you're not winning an Academy Award, doesn't mean you're a bad actor. I mean, you have guys like Leonardo DiCaprio who just won his first one for The Revenant. So like we're realizing now that that's a lot of BS. Award shows are all subjective. It doesn't need to be the pinnacle of things. So why are we spending 3 hours on TV?
Yeah, exactly. We don't. That's not how TV is being sent to us anymore. Anyways, people want to be able to stop things, come back to it if they need to. So I 100% agree with you. And like you said, it's become bullshit because people are tired of watching celebrities come together and pat themselves on the back for making the same systematic bullshit every year. It's like, hey, here's another heartfelt movie. Here's another comedy. Here's a rom-com. Here's a war movie. Hope you guys loved it. We did great. Thanks for the awards that we're all giving each other. It's like, who cares? Which, weirdly enough, also the Golden Globes saw a 62% decline in viewership this year. So now there's word that the Oscars are going to flop as well. But is that really what we want to talk about right now?
I mean, honestly, the ratings it's a big issue for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, man. We're bearing the lead right now when it comes to the Grammys because something else went down.
The controversy.
So scandalous. Scandalous.
The controversy of Meg The Stallion and Cardi B doing what the media is saying is basically softcore pornography, lesbian scissoring on stage. Now, I asked you guys to watch this performance, and I shared the link to you because I myself at first was like, wow. But then when I watched it, I personally changed my opinion. So first I've got to ask, did either of you find this WAP performance to be controversial, or is it just another thing people are damning because of our puritanical upbringing?
Will, I'll let you go first. I got some notes.
Okay. I'm going to just do this off the top of my head here. The song, I had to realize that I had to read more than just the first verse to completely get the song and understand what it actually meant. So that's just a whole other thing. But watching the video, I was not necessarily offended by it, but I understand why people were, because it was very, very I don't really know how to put it into words, but it was not necessarily it was very raunchy, and it was not family friendly, and it was on television, which normally when you have something on television, it's supposed to be relatively family friendly, especially for something like
that is a falsity right there. That thing was on 10 o'clock on a Sunday. Their performance specifically was on 10 o'clock on a Sunday. That is not family friendly time. That is above prime time. That is that's one of the biggest things about this whole comparison of things that people are really not grasping. This was not the song, and the performance was never meant for families.
Yeah, that's Married with Children rerun hour. We all know that.
That's a fair point right there.
So, what about you, Chris? Is there anything you liked, or is there anything that you? What did you think?
I got a lot of notes on this because I was prepared. I was prepared for this to be a softcore porn catastrophe. Basically, I was like, man, people are up in arms about this. This has got to be freaking, it's got to be nasty. Not nasty. This is got to be nasty.
Nasty.
The extreme with the
nasty. The very first thing that I noticed at the very beginning of the performance. Amazing effects, amazing staging, amazing lighting, amazing digital work on that. That should not be overlooked. That whoever choreographed and put the performance together, produced performance, did an amazing job. Probably the best performance of the Grammys in years.
I thought it was pre-recorded whenever I first started watching it. I was like, there's no way that this is done live.
Right, exactly.
And I was
some of the stuff was
It's
pre-recorded.
like, no, they didn't.
Not some of the stuff they did during the Grammys was pre-recorded, but that was not. That was actually done live on a stage off to the side. They had
that's awesome.
They had three to five stages actually that were performing live, and then I heard that they did some recorded stuff too. But I think Taylor Swift's thing was pre-recorded, but that's a different story.
So you have that. You have all the cool staging and whatnot. I also noticed that Cardi B, and even my girlfriend, we were talking about it. She's a stripper. She's not a very good dancer.
No.
Like, she was very stiff in her movements. Actually, Meg moved more fluidly than Cardi B did.
Yeah.
If you watch the performance, you watch how they moved around. Like, as soon as Meg got up there, she wasn't doing as much as Cardi B, but the movement she was doing they were actually, looking like dance moves and not like a stiff robot up there. Just everything about the staging was so good. Terrible lip syncing though. Awful lip syncing.
Okay.
But then the most controversial part of it, the only part that you'll ever see on social media because it's done on stills,
Is that quick shot?
The 5-second little dance move they do on the giant bed, which was cool.
Was it even 5 seconds?
It was barely 5 seconds. If you break that down, that was a dance move. There was nothing I've seen so much worse on the MTV Movie Awards or Music Awards with Miley Cyrus and the foam finger and her gyrating and her twerking on what's his face? What's that guy's name?
Oh, the guy that was
that one dude that we don't remember.
He has the song, the Blurred Lines guy.
Yeah, Blurred Lines.
Oh,
Robin Thicke. Yeah. Thank you.
He was in the Beetlejuice costume, and Miley Cyrus is playing with herself with the foam finger and then gyrating on him. That was a way worse and way more sexual than.
But it was on cable.
Grammys.
That's the difference. It was on cable.
It was on cable. It's on MTV, which everyone knows is a younger demographic channel.
Mm-hmm.
This was on ABC. The Grammys were. That's on regular TV at 10 o'clock. On a channel that's mainly adult oriented or ranging that way in that time span. It was all just like put in front of our faces in a way to where we could digest it and make our own choices about it, and everyone just freaked out for no reason.
Okay, so
I think it was overhyped about how bad it was. I mean,
well, it was a transitional movement and a dance movement. So they got a still frame of something that made it a lot worse because that's what media does.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and one more thing. I thought the most awkward part of it was the low clapping because there weren't many people in the audience and whatnot. So like you had these like weird golf claps after dance moves. Like one time there was a weird transition where it was like Meg did something like a dance move and it like transitioned to Cardi B, and there was this weird like golf clap like of acceptance of what she just did. It was really strange to me.
Nice. So real quick, was there anything that you found that you were intrigued or really liked about the WAP performance or WAP or whatever we're pronouncing it?
Yeah, that staging.
The staging? Yeah. For me,
the production.
The opening sequence was the thing that I was like, okay, I get this. I at least get this. Everything else I could honestly care less about because I'm not a big fan of whatever is the pop culture music right now.
Yeah.
But hands down, that was some fantastic lighting, fantastic choreography stuff that was going on at the beginning of that, and all of the engineering that had to be involved in that. Like I was like, okay, I'm impressed by that.
I was really intrigued by the fact that the network let an F-bomb slip and nobody caught it.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Meg Thee Stallion drops an F-bomb and nobody censored it, nobody stopped it, and nobody got talked about getting fined for it. So it's like, I don't think anybody caught it at all.
That's proof that it was live.
Yeah. But
lip sync, that was live.
But let's just do this real fast too, because there was a lot of things that got very overshadowed by that one thing from the Grammys. So real quick, some bullet points of other things you might have missed. The Strokes won their first Grammy. That's the Strokes, who debuted in 1998.
I saw that, and I was amazed because that album is not good.
Yeah.
That is not a good Strokes album. And they won a Grammy for their maybe worst album they've put out.
They won Best Rock Album over Fountains DC, Michael Kiwanuka, Grace Potter, and Sturgill Simpson. So obviously it was a huge year for rock.
Oh man, Sturgill Simpson just bringing out those rock hits all
always
time.
Beyonce won her 27th Grammy this year. So good for her. She's still Queen
Yeah,
Bee.
congratulations, Beyonce.
I mean,
Like,
who didn't see that coming? Yeah. Billie Eilish won Record of the Year and explains why Meg Thee Stallion deserved it. So she pulled a reverse Kanye. That was great.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Bill Burr did exactly what Bill Burr does, and he makes a lot of people not from Chicago uncomfortable. That was a good highlight.
I think, is he from Chicago or Boston?
Boston, my mistake. Yeah.
Boston. Yeah.
Sorry.
I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah. You know, weird accents, cold, things like that. James Taylor won the best traditional pop vocal album, whatever that is.
Traditional pop vocal. Wow.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm
that's
picturing
really
in my head lots of Crosby, Stills, and Nash, almost folk music.
Yeah.
What's James? You said James Taylor won it.
Yeah.
So
no idea.
What's the name of that duo? Paul Simon and Garfunkel. That's that crap. Simon and Garfunkel.
There you go. That works. Also, Fiona Apple. Fiona Apple won Best Alternative Music Album over Beck. So that's actually pretty big. It's hard to beat Beck, as we all know.
Fiona Apple?
Yep, Fiona Apple. Beck? Still alive. Mm-hmm.
It's 1998?
Apparently.
Fiona Apple and Beck. That is...
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Little Big Town. Little Big Town, still a thing. So for those who didn't know. Best Contemporary Christian Album went to Kanye West. Not even a joke. And
not even a joke.
Last but not least, both Taylor Swift and John Legend won something. So pretty much it was the Grammys.
Hey, sounds about right.
I have a beef with this year's Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that anyone who has heard this song and has actually heard the two songs off the record will agree with me, because The Weeknd got fucking robbed this year. The Weeknd was not nominated for any award. He's got the #1 single of the past year. What, Blinding Lights is an amazing song.
And
that
he was
song is go on.
I was just gonna say he also did the Super Bowl, and like I honestly was absolutely impressed with his performance for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did get screwed.
The Weeknd might be the #1 artist of 2020, just overall, and he wasn't nominated for a Grammy.
No, it was Billie Eilish.
His protest. I believe in his boycott of submitting music to the Grammys anymore.
Yeah.
Like that is BS. He deserved to at least be nominated. The fact that he wasn't at least I don't care if he won. At least give the guy some recognition. He created one of the feel good hits of a year where we needed a feel good hit.
Well, that's one of the problems with award show committees is if you're not paying the committees, you don't get nominated. And so if you're busy making the feel good hit of the fucking year, you don't get paid. Or sorry, they don't get paid. They don't get paid. My mistake.
It's all about that money. I think that we'll make some money at some point in time when it comes to this thing. We won't have an award. Maybe, screw it. We're going to have an award show one day. We're going to have the Zaboys.
We already had one.
We did one
a long
once,
time ago.
Yeah. I almost brought it back this year, but I said, no, too soon.
We'll do it again at some point in time. Are we good on time? What we got there, Will?
We got it. I mean, we're a little over, but I mean, we can still, if this is still a good topic to roll on, let's keep going.
Nope, I think we can kind of wrap it up and move on to the next one. Yeah,
on the road again.
Thank you for giving us this Grammy rundown. Hopefully you guys out there will check out the WAP performance and make a decision for yourself. Do not look at those stills and make a decision on how this performance was. It wasn't a scissor fest. Like, come on. There's free stuff on the internet if you guys really want to look at that. If you want to look at us, you can go to Zaboys on Facebook. We're the Zaboys podcast on Facebook. You can see our pretty faces. We actually have a selfie thread on there that no one put selfies on. So if you guys want to show us your pretty freaking face, we're going to do a selfie thread probably every couple of weeks just to, get that kind of going. We want to see our listeners out there. We want to see the people who are paying attention to us. We also got some music.
We're gonna have to get you a webcam so we can actually see your pretty face.
Yeah, on the Twitch stream. What is the Twitch stream there, Thorny?
It is twitch.com/owmesothornies where we're currently putting it up. Once we
And then we
have
might-
more viewers, we might swap that.
Yeah, we might actually also get our own Twitch at one point in time. We'll have an email at one point in time. You can listen to this on Anchor, on Spotify, and a couple other places. You can also hear some good music that we're about to play. Here is Joseph Laws with Cody Morris on drums. This song's going to be called Secondhand Clothes. New stuff from Joseph Laws, and we'll be back after this on the Zaboys podcast.
All right, we're out.
Cool.
Excellent.
Cool. That was a really good segment.
I thought so too.
Yep,
Like,
went better than
damn
I
good.
expected.
Well, whenever you bring good content, it makes it easy.
Well, I try to think of it as a weekend update situation. I was like, okay, let's just weekend update the entire Grammys and have a good time with it.
Yeah, and it was like watching that thing. I was so expecting more.
Yeah.
When it came to the sexualization of it, like, I'm serious. That Miley Cyrus performance, 10 times worse.
Yeah, there's been
10
plenty
times
of worse things. It's literally just media and conservatives who saw an opportunity to get mad and be like, "Oh, you're going to cancel Dr. Seuss, but you're going to allow this," and it was politics. That's all it was.
Yeah,
the Grammys was overtaken by politics.
You're gonna cancel Pepe Le Pew, and then you're gonna allow this. Like, dude, first off, like you're comparing a children's thing with adult content. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You're comparing people getting rid of a consent issue cartoon, which is a real big thing now, to consenting adults talking about sexual activities that are this is what they want to do. This is something that they are actively trying to do. Like, this is something that is a part of their lifestyle. Comparing it to a skunk that's constantly trying to force himself on someone that doesn't want him, that is showing that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, and I'm going to tell you, I know we're not in a segment, but I was looking at something earlier today on Facebook, and
BTS.
This dude would go over and over again to these different women on this specific thread and just say, "Hey, I think you're beautiful. I want you to send me a friend request, blah, blah, blah," and do all that stuff. And I'm wondering, okay, I can't say stupid American without getting banned, but how is this guy capable of doing this and harassing women over and over and over again, and nobody's doing anything about it?
We have our priorities all messed up,
apparently. But I mean,
well, people are just so focused on being against each other right now that everyone's just trying to find a way to get back at somebody else. Like, "Oh, you took this away from me," and it's like, no one took it away from you, dude. Like that's the only reason I've witnessed this now is because I sit next to a guy who does it every day, and he constantly just has to find ways to be like, "Well, if they're going to do this, then I'm going to do that." And I'm like, "Oh my God, you're a child. You're 52 and you're a child. And I'm only 32 and I can see all the flaws in your logic. Holy crap, I'm a sage."
You know what it is? Everyone's living in the night shift, day shift thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, day shift didn't do this? Well, I'm not going to do this for night shift. And then night shift gets there, and they're like, well, night shift didn't do this? Well, fuck that. I'm not going to do this for day shift. And
fuck
that's
the day
vice
shift.
versa. Yeah.
All right, so
all right.
What are we coming back in with?
Snyder.
Snyder cut?
All right.
Yeah, someone else lead it in to throw to me. And before we do it, I got 5 minutes on my clothes. Let me go check on them real quick, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries.
Cool. Take your time. We'll sit here and.
Do you want to throw in, Thorny?
I mean, I can, yeah. Unless you want to.
I don't have anything prepped. I'm sure you don't either, but
yeah, I'll think of something.
Okay,
Michael, I was a night shift a lot of the time too, buddy. I know exactly what you mean. The Twitch stream, we get participation in the Twitch stream. So like Rachel and Michael are here.
What do we have going on there so far right now?
Well, Rachel's explaining that the Madonna kiss between Britney Spears was marketed lesbianism that we see constantly, and that's exactly what the Cardi B Meg the Stallion thing was, which is very true. And
yeah, that makes a good point.
Yeah. Michael said hashtag wanted the hat back, so I put it back on there a second time, and now he said he's part of night shift. I was like, I feel his pain because I was the same. It was like you'd come in fucking day shift, didn't restock the salad bar. Fine. Well, when we close, Fuck lemons. Yeah, well.
I remember, even with whenever I was working the bar, just like cutting up, the limes for the next day. Like, man, even though I was the one that still had to do it, I was still going to be there the next day.
Yeah.
It'd be like I would get pissed off at myself for not cutting up limes.
Yep. Well, I used to do that with
I
like
love this.
I used to do that with like whoever would close like Saturday night. If it wasn't me and I had to come in Sunday morning to open, I'd be pissed. So if Zach decided to close or Trinity closed or Jade closed, I'd be like, "Oh, you fuckers didn't clean or stock anything." God, and I get so pissed off. But then like I was like, well, the first 2 hours of the day are dead anyway, so who cares? Like, just get it done.
But wasn't Zach one of those people who would clean off like the liquor bottles of the bar? Like,
Zach,
even though there was a lot of other stuff to do.
yeah, Zach would choose the weirdest things to do at the weirdest time. Like one day he was gonna scrub and bleach the floor mid shift, and Brian had to come around and yell at him because he's like, dude, it smells like bleach in here. That nobody wants to smell bleach when they're eating. And it was like, yeah, smart move there, Zach. That was a bad idea.
He was just thinking, well, I can get it done now so I don't have to do it later. I love him. He's my brother-in-law. I had no choice. But still, love you to death, Zach. Never listen to this.
And he's grown up a lot too. No, he's a when we were younger, those things were something that seemed like such big ordeals. Like I look back now and I'm like, man, life was so much simpler. Now it's this weekend, dude. I'm telling you, this weekend made me realize that growing up has been interesting. Like I'm drinking tea. I'm drinking sleepy time tea at 10:02.
You're drinking sleepy time tea at 10:02. I'm drinking boxed wine at 10:02.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like all the drinking, all the drinking that went on this weekend, and just seeing people hit different states of inebriation, I was like, this isn't fun anymore. Why?
Well, on the plus side, you also don't go too far. I've never seen you hit a point where it's like you should have stopped like 5 or 6 drinks ago.
It's weird. Everyone said that last night too. They were like, Thorny, I've never seen you wasted like that. And I was like, I decided long ago that it wasn't fun, and I like to be able to drive home. So the closest I've been was the Woodshed show that got rained. So we were all inside that small spot.
Denali, get out.
What was the other one?
Sorry, guys. I got to punish my dog. Get out.
No, don't come to the studio. So the Woodshed show, that house party at the Red Door that Chris threw. I don't think you went to that.
No, I wasn't there, but even the Woodshed show, I was like, I didn't even see you as like that messed up.
I should not have driven home that night, and I did. And then I went to the keg and drank more, which was dumb of me. So
the one down in the one in Arlington,
I drove from Fort Worth back to Arlington in the rain.
Oh,
should not have done that. And then there was one other time, but I can't remember it right now. But
well, that's okay. We don't need to spill all that noise.
Oh yeah.
Hey, hello.
Awesome, you back?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm back.
Cool. We can start segment 2 now. The behind the scenes has been fun.
Oh, it has been quite fun.
Yeah, let's do that.
I have it all recorded so far.
Baby.
Let's see, 38 minutes total. So
baby.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just call it 45. Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever y'all are ready to start segment 2, I'll do a count off. So for my own sake of whenever I actually edit this thing down, and then I will start the count. Chris, you ready?
Yes. I can't wait to throw it to me.
Yeah. Thorny, you gonna throw it?
Yeah, I'll throw it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Zaboys. We are live and having a great time. Well, not live for you, but you know what is live right now is the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, which Chris is here to talk all about because, well, he's probably more into the Justice League than any of us here, and that gets me excited because it makes me want to watch this. So, Chris, what do you got for us?
I kind of have stuff about the Justice League, but I more have things a little pertaining to why this version of the Justice League on HBO Max exist in general.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's
Even better.
yeah, it's called the Snyder Cut. And everybody knows, let's not say everyone knows. Does everyone know what a director's cut of a movie is?
Usually better.
Vaguely.
What do you think a director's cut of a movie is there, Thorny?
I've always been led to believe that it's usually longer and it contains a lot of stuff that the production company said, "Hey, take that out. It doesn't help." And then when you put it back in and watch it, it's like 9 hours of Peter Jackson with more hobbits walking.
Will, what do you think a director's cut is? Oh my god!
Give me a second. I saw it.
That's all they were.
It looks like someone's got a real big opinion on the Lord of the Rings director's cuts right now.
Well, I mean, it is 4 hours of them walking around, but that's beside the point. But no, my idea of a director's cut is it, and I think this is going to go where you're thinking it. It is more along the lines of the actual creator being able to pick and choose what they want to put into it, rather than the studio saying, "Here's how we're going to do it." Because it's. I look at it this way. I
Mhm.
look at it like most radio stations. What they look at is they want a song that's 3 minutes and 30 seconds long.
Yeah.
But a good song could potentially be 5 or 6 minutes long. So they cut out stuff to make it 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and it ruins the song or the movie.
Hmm.
So that's kind of how I see the director's cut. It's like, hey, here's what it should have been, rather than here's what you got.
So it's Bohemian Rhapsody. It's like,
Except
hey,
for Bohemian Rhapsody was just too good. They couldn't
Yeah.
do anything about it. Like,
that's
what would
what
you
I'm saying.
do?
It was so good that it was like, here's the director's cut, and that's all you're getting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So those are actually really good definitions of what a director's cut is. I don't have a full-on definition of what a director's cut is because there are so many different reasons why they exist. There's a specific reason why the Snyder Cut exists. Because in 2017, Zack Snyder, he was doing Justice League. In fact, he was done with Justice League, but he stepped away from production because of two different things.
Okay.
The first and the most important one, his daughter died.
Ooh.
Like you have to take priorities in which way they come, and the passing of your daughter trumps any type of production you're doing for Hollywood. It just does.
Oh, absolutely.
So
It should.
so him leaving because of that actually makes tons of sense. But the other reason why he left, and this is more going into why the director's cut exists, was because WB passed on his 2-hour version of the 4-hour movie. So the 4-hour movie that you're getting on HBO Max is the full-on version that Zack Snyder wanted, but he put a 2-hour version together of the same kind of thing, brought it to the WB. WB was like, "I'm sorry, it's too dark, it's too this, it's too that. We're not going to be able to do it. We want you to go do something else." So he goes back and he tries to do some reshoots. His daughter dies. Boom, he leaves production. And the WB, in order to save money and to change the tone, brought in Joss Whedon. And that's who actually took over and did all the reshoots for Justice League. Joss Whedon. So they brought in the Avengers guy.
You know, I have no problem with what Joss Whedon does. He does some pretty artistic and colorful and good stuff, but I didn't get that idea from Justice League when it came out. I never saw people say, "Man, this movie is just great all around," and having a blast with it, and man, it's pretty.
Out of curiosity, I've never watched it, but does it have like a Firefly feel? If you've ever watched Firefly.
No. So the thing that happened, there was such a huge juxtaposition of the tones. So Zack Snyder, if you saw Batman versus Superman, you saw the tone of what he wanted the DC universe to be. Not a lot of jokes, not a lot of campy things. It was pretty serious, straightforward.
It was dark like DC is.
Yeah, and so whenever
And they were trying to compete with Marvel at that same point, I would assume. Like, so they don't want to do the same thing Marvel's already doing.
You would think that, but no. That's where the studio interference comes in handy because the
Mhm.
studio saw the
Okay.
tone and they saw the backlash that Batman versus Superman got because of tone and because of what just happened with the Avengers. The Avengers took off. The Avengers made billions of dollars. So Warner Brothers decided to backtrack on their own idea for a universe. They already had Zack Snyder do Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman. They already
Mhm.
had things set up in a way. They could have kept it going that way, but they reversed course so bad and they added this really terrible tone of humor to a movie that didn't have any. So it made a bad movie. It created a bad movie. That
Mhm.
studio interference
Yeah.
took a vision and added so many other elements that were far beyond what the vision was trying to do that the vision became blurry.
Nice.
All
Okay.
right.
So here's the question that I want us to be able to answer with a couple of these. So I had a list
Mm-hmm.
of movies that had some studio interference that either were good or bad. I had both lists. And what I did was I'm going to kind of describe the movie and kind of go over that. And I want you to tell me if this studio interference probably made a better movie or made a worse movie. And I'll tell you what list they were on. So
Nice.
you guys ready to have some fun with this?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
I do love
And
lists.
before we get going with that, are you guys planning to watch the 4-hour Justice League?
I have to watch the original one first because I think it will make me appreciate the 4-hour one. Because if I watch the 4-hour one first and then watch the normal one, I would probably be like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Yeah,
So,
I haven't decided yet. Like everything I've seen about Snyder Cut looks so good that I'm like, I might actually have to stop and watch it. Versus when
The
Justice
nerds
League,
are out in full force saying it's good.
yeah, when Justice League came out, there was so much like just blah about it that I was like, I don't feel like I have to rush to the theaters and see this. But that was also I was coming off of the whole Batman v Superman thing where I was like, that doesn't look great either.
And Suicide Squad.
yeah.
Yes, yes. Sorry, Suicide. Sorry, I didn't quite fully catch that and process it. And then you said, I went, oh yeah, Suicide Squad was rough. You remember, you and I walked out of the theater of Suicide Squad, and I was like, "See, that movie sucked."
Where
Right.
was my invite? I wasn't even invited to that.
Actually,
I
I
don't
think you
remember when
were.
we saw that. Yeah.
We saw it at the Six Flags Mall before it got tore down. So you were invited, but I think you had a Mondo show that day. I think y'all were running out
Oh,
to
I might have.
that
That's true.
private
Yeah.
show.
By the way, just to show your shirt for the sake of your
Oh, yeah, because we played Mondo last week.
Yes, yep.
we did.
Yeah. All right, guys, here is the list, and I want you to tell me whether or not you think that the movie was made better or worse, and then I'll describe it to you. All right,
Okay.
so we're going to go with, let's start with The Matrix. Do you think the studio interference for The Matrix made it a better or worse movie? And I'll tell you what the studio did after you guys guess.
Oh, it made it worse. I mean, it's a good movie. I still love The Matrix, but I bet they took out a whole lot of stuff that the Wachowski brothers or whoever sisters, however you say their names nowadays.
Yeah, and they're sisters now.
Like,
They're sisters.
yeah, they're sisters now, but I bet that they probably would have done something completely different with it, and they were just forced to do the studio stuff.
I'm gonna guess that they did something better with it.
Okay.
Because I feel like that was a hard trilogy to follow already. And I'm worried that, and like, so the Wachowskis, like, they got really weird there. So I'm wondering if maybe the studio said, hey, pull it back a little bit and took the reins over.
You are absolutely right, Thorny. Like they did. The studio thought that it would be dumb, that the audience was too dumb to hang with the original idea that the Matrix was actually a massive neural network that all the humans were linked in. Which basically it is, if you really think about it,
Yeah.
overall concept wise, right? It's a massive neural network that the humans that are plugged in are connected to. But
Mhm.
the studio had them add in the fact that the humans are batteries and they're powering the machines because they didn't think that the audience was going to be able to get the neural network holding the machine and all that stuff. And they're absolutely right because the next two
Yeah.
sequels tried to get really deep into everything that was going on. They fucking sucked because no one
Yeah.
got what was going on.
Well,
People
that actually, I never thought about that. But if the idea of them being batteries was a thing that they brought up, yeah, that's a great thing that the studio brought in. Is like that does make more sense. Like that was one of the big things that made me really get hooked on those movies, because if you have that background, everything else does start to make sense.
True. Yeah. What else you got?
All right. I got. We're not supposed to talk about this. Fight Club.
Let's do it anyways.
Fight
Oh,
Club.
wait.
Oh,
Rule
Lord.
Fight
one or
Club.
rule two?
What did the studio do?
What did the studio do?
Yeah. Well, not what did the studio do. What do you think? What do you think? Good or bad?
I think. Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm gonna say that the studio probably made it worse with their involvement.
right. Will?
I think they made it better. Sorry, Thorne, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. That was done. Sorry, I was just thinking.
I'm gonna try to guess that it was the whole idea of like putting the little flash thingies into like of whatever his name is, Brad Pitt. You know, just
No,
every split.
that's just
second.
David Fincher. That's just David Fincher being David Fincher badass, because he's a great director, and he was
All right.
actually on this list twice. I'll tell you about the other movie in a bit, but this movie was actually made better by studio interference. Will, yes, you're absolutely right, but not for that
All right.
reason. The reason is that one of the best scenes, and think about Fight Club, think about some iconic scenes, lots of them, right? One of the best ones is when Edward Norton beats the shit out of Jared Leto. Like,
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the best scenes in that movie, one of the most visceral scenes in that movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was supposed to be even more graphic. That was supposed to be super graphic. It was supposed to be maybe focused in on Jared Leto's face getting beat in. The studio decided that it needs to be more focused in on Edward Norton's face.
Yeah.
Because it was a little bit too graphic. Let's go ahead and look at that. And it changes the whole scene. It actually makes that scene even more kind of nasty.
Yeah, it resonates more.
You hear it. Yeah, you hear it, and you kind of have to visualize it yourself.
Nice.
Well, that, and also it shows like Edward Norton's character at that point. Like rather than just showing a dude's face getting beat up, it shows like here's what this guy is actually doing, and you start to understand the story of Edward Norton's character.
Yeah.
No, totally. All right, moving right along. Let's do Okay, we're gonna go with The Wizard of Oz.
I'm
all right.
Ooh, we're talking about way back in the day, huh?
Yeah, like old school, like 1930 something, like one of the first color movies that actually came out, right?
I'm gonna say the studio made it better because they told him to take that guy that hangs himself in the background out when it came to VHS.
That was the thing.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's a crazy thing.
Okay. I mean, I would just assume that they probably said we have to shoot this in color to be the first color movie to ever be done. That would be my guess.
Made it better.
So you both think it better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are both right, but not in the ways you guys have said. The reason the studio made it better was because they told them to use the dream sequence, like the fact that it was a dream. In the original story, it's a real place that Dorothy visits on Earth. But the audience, the studio thought the audience was too smart to believe that Oz was a real place. So think about this, guys. In 1938-39, the studio thought the audience was too smart to believe that Oz was a real place. In 1999, the studio thinks we're too fucking dumb to know what a neural network is.
Yeah.
Designed to house everybody together.
I figured that's where you were going to go with it, but you're fucking right.
But then if you think about when we released the James Franco Return or the Wonderful Power of Oz or the Great and Powerful Oz or whatever that movie was, it is a real place again.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, because that's what.
What the fuck? Sorry, I just thought about that. Popped in my head. I was like, wait, what? It's not a real place? I'm so confused.
Okay, we got. You guys want to do two more?
Yeah. Let's do two more.
Yeah, we got time.
Okay, let's do two more. Let's go with one of the most famous director's cuts of all time, Blade Runner. Blade Runner. The list that I saw, the list that I read, did it rate it better or worse? It's one of the most famous director's cuts of all time. Probably the one that started it all.
Well, see, this is one of those movies I've technically never watched. So,
Okay.
but I know enough about this movie to at least probably guess that. Well, and also it's all been so far been better because of studio stuff. I'm assuming that Blade Runner is probably better with the director's cut.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that it probably was made better because it's a hard film to follow from studio cut. Like I watched it finally one day and went, I don't really get what's happening here.
So you think the studio made it better?
I think the studio made it better, yeah.
This list says no, the studio made it worse.
Oh.
Studio made it worse. And this is why the director's cut became so famous. The ending. The studio made them have a happy ending. There's a happy ending to the Blade Runner studio cut.
Ew.
But the way that Ridley Scott had actually originally had it, there's contradiction on lifespan of the replicants if there's a happy ending. So you have all of this narrative throughout the movie, and you give these details throughout the movie, but then when it comes down to the end of the movie, you don't hold on to that, and that will make a worse movie.
All right,
it's not good.
Okay,
not good.
I'm still not tracking. It was a complex movie for me.
It was it more complex than The Matrix for you?
No, not more complex than The Matrix, but it's still just like I don't know. It was just weird to me. I was like, this movie, I don't get it all.
And then finally, let's get one more. Daredevil, the movie Daredevil.
Oh,
like there is a director's cut
TV show, right?
Yeah, not the TV show, the movie Daredevil. Does this list think that was made better or worse than studio cut?
I don't think you could have done it either. I don't think you could have made that movie much worse than it already was. It was like bad. So sure, studio probably made it better. I don't know.
Will?
I'm gonna go with Thorny on that one.
Studio made it better?
No.
This is a trick question, guys. I saw this on both lists. I saw this as the most amazing movie of all time because the studio fucked it up by removing a bunch of the really violent action scenes. They forced like the director, like they hired a guy who was gonna make like a good movie, right? A good gritty movie. But then Spider-Man came out while they were making this movie. So all the bad humor that you see in this movie is because of fucking Spider-Man.
Okay.
Because they were about to make a gritty, dark, violent Daredevil movie.
And they should have.
And then Sam Raimi came out with Spider-Man, and everyone's like, oh yeah, this is freaking awesome. We want to laugh in our superhero movies. So yeah, that kind of messed that up. But then the studio made it better by also taking out a terrible love scene that didn't need to be there. There's the overall love scene and stuff like that of trying to focus in on Elektra and Daredevil's romance. Well, there's a scene on top of the roof where they're about to kiss, and Daredevil actually runs off because he hears the sound of a boy crying or whatever.
So instead of getting our upside down Spider-Man kiss, it was like they won't they still between him and Elektra.
Well, it's not in director's cut. In director's cut, he goes and runs off and saves the kid. He doesn't fucking kiss. He does his fucking job.
Yeah,
so, that's the studios can screw things up, and we'll talk about this at some other point in time because I want to talk to you guys about Superman Lives at some point in time. The Nicolas Cage Superman movie written by Kevin Smith and directed by Tim Burton that never got to be because
I was gonna say that was an actual thing.
Yes.
I would see that.
No, Kevin Smith talks about this a lot. Like
there's a movie about it. There's a movie about the making of, which I think there will be a movie about the making of Justice League. But I mean, just real quick on Superman Lives. The only reason that movie didn't get made was because the Warner Brothers was really scared because Batman and Robin failed,
Yeah.
and Steel failed, and Fire Down Below failed, and they had like this string of bad movies. And so the Warner Brothers was like, I don't know if we can spend a whole bunch of money on this. And they also used that money to go ahead and make Wild Wild West. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Good movie. Great movie.
Yeah. So the giant spider in the Wild Wild West, that was actually supposed to be in the end of Superman Lives.
Yes. That's the Kevin Smith joke, is that he was working on this movie and this network was like, we want a giant spider. And he's like, what? Spider-Man? Or he's like, Superman never fights a giant spider. What are you talking about? And so when he quit the project, they brought Tim Burton in, who had come out and publicly said, I will never write a superhero movie, and then turned around and started doing superhero movies.
Yeah, it's really awesome. But that's what studio interference will do. It'll make movies good. It'll make movies bad. I can't wait to watch Justice League. Honestly, I can't wait to see the Snyder cut, and I hope the Snyderverse
gets out next week, Saturday, or some shit.
It's already out.
Yeah, it's out.
It's
already out now.
It's live.
Just gotta have that HBO whatever.
HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
all right, guys, we're gonna take a nice little break and come back right around. We're gonna play some music from our buddy Rest Abaladejo. This is The Nicest Man I Never Knew. And thank you guys for submitting all of your music to us for the Zaboys podcast to play. We will be getting to all of you at some point in time. Keep submitting. We will totally play your music here and have people listen to it. Hopefully they're listening to us too. So we'll see you after this break, when we're gonna have some fun with real audio that people didn't know they were actually recording on the Zaboys podcast.
All right, we're out.
That was
awesome.
fun.
That was.
Yeah, that was real damn good.
Yeah.
We did go a little bit over, but that's okay. It was because it was damn good conversation.
Yeah, that's the thing. If we're doing something,
worried about it.
If we're on a high note, yeah, just keep something going. I agree. Like, no point in cutting it off just to run it out.
Yeah, hey, we're not on the fucking radio like back.
And I got to everything. I was.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we're actually taking a break, I want to ask you I want to share with you these last couple.
Okay.
But before you do that, let me do something. Chris, can you turn down your mic just a tiny ass bit? And Thorny, can you turn up just a little bit?
Am I better now?
There you go.
I just moved the mic back.
We good?
That works too. Yeah. Somebody had a good burp there, but that works.
That was Chris.
Yeah, that should be better. It looks like everybody's pretty much even now. Chris, you were hot in that last segment. But no big deal.
Okay, cool.
I just wanted to make sure that we got that fixed.
So, Clerks. What do you think about Clerks?
Oh, great movie.
I wanted to get to that almost, but I was like, I think we can skip that one. But do you think Clerks?
Well, I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. And the fact that he took out 5 credit card loans and just maxed them out to make that movie, and he got so fucking lucky that movie actually did something and it made his career. Like, god damn.
So do you think the studio made it better or worse with suggestions?
Well, I don't think it was him. Like, he had control of that whole project.
I've seen both versions, and I can already tell you that it's much better with the studio involvement, because the director's cut doesn't allow for a sequel, the director's version doesn't allow for a sequel.
Yeah, that was the reason on the list. It was made better because the 2 guys, Bob Hawke and John Pearson, they were the only 2 to actually even take a time to go, hey, we'll even give you suggestions about this movie. And they told them change the ending because Dante gets killed in the end of the original version. He gets shot.
Oh, then I haven't watched that version.
Yeah, the whole play is that, he isn't supposed to be there today, and he goes to lock up, and the camera comes in as a first-person view, and you just see a gun pop out and shoot him, and that's the end of the movie. So the idea was that he was never going to get to make any more movies, is what Kevin Smith figured. So he was like, well, at least I made this. Let's end it on a note that people are like, what? This is a comedy, huh?
Right, yeah. So the studio definitely made that better.
Chris, you can still turn yourself up a little bit more. I know I told you to turn down, but just up hot. A wee bit more.
Wee bit more.
Right there.
That's better. Okay.
I
And
think so.
then
Yeah.
this was gonna be the one that was gonna be really obvious. It was gonna be the Fan Four Stick, the Fantastic Four, the newest one, the Fan Four Stick.
Oh, yeah, that was a horrible movie too.
Yeah, but did the studio make it better than it could have been, or the director's cut maybe was that where it was at and they fucked it up?
Well, I didn't even know what that was, so
It was
I didn't
Fantastic
know
Four, the newest one,
yeah, it's the
the
relaunch
one
of.
with Michael B. Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
that.
You didn't see
Dude,
it. I didn't see it. I'm
no.
sure that the studio probably made
No
it
one saw
worse.
Yes, they did. So they hire an indie director, Josh
I'll be right
Trank,
back in a second.
Okay.
and they hire him to make like a really down and dirty movie. But then they mandated casting, and whenever Josh Trank left, they hired the producer to write and direct the reshoots.
Oh,
And they added humor and stuff again, adding humor in a
yeah.
movie that doesn't need humor. Just if it's tone, man, tone's big in movies. And I think that, in fact, I think the two biggest thing that I look for in a movie, it's tone and pacing.
Yeah.
Like if that doesn't match up, that completely takes away my enjoyment of a movie. If the pacing is wrong,
Yeah.
that's what Star Wars was, pacing.
Well, like look at Spider-Man 3, right? Like that movie started off as such a horrible joke because like you said tone and pacing didn't match. You've got this depressed and dark evil Peter, but we're trying to put comedy in it still. And then all of a sudden it kind of reverts back to where it was originally, but now there's no comedy. It's like Peter goes back to being happy good Peter, but now he's like really serious about saving the day again, and it's like, wait, this movie's all backwards.
And then you have Topher Grace adding like quirks and stuff like that as Venom. That didn't work. That doesn't. I don't. It's like sometimes the people that write movies based off of properties don't even like the property they're writing about.
Yeah. Yep,
Like,
yep.
it's almost like what's that damn thing? Wolverine Origins
Mm-hmm.
with Deadpool.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoever
Somebody
wrote
did
that
not do their
movie
research.
Either that or they hated Deadpool as a character.
Possibly.
Because they took away the merc with a mouth.
Yeah.
They took away his mouth.
Like,
doesn't make any like that is pure hatred of a character. That is like adding something in, and they hire Ryan Reynolds to play him, and I guarantee, knowing that that's like the only comic book character that Ryan Reynolds knows and likes because it's Canadian, he didn't like other comic books. He knew Daredevil. I mean, he knew Deadpool.
He was introduced to it because of that movie, and that's when he started reading it, and he was like, "Oh God, I really like relate to this character," and he loved it. Hence why he's now made Deadpool 1 and 2 and working on 3.
Yeah, it's just that boggled my mind. Like it's, and then they have some of this great fan produced material on the internet. Like there was a Batman that just got produced a couple of weeks ago that is really good, and it's just fan made. And it's like these fans understand where these characters are at, and I don't know. I still think we could write a good Batman.
I agree. I do agree. We were fleshing it out pretty well there, but
yeah, and think about the stuff we were fleshing out. I seriously think some of those ideas are in the Robert Pattinson Batman and stuff like that. Like
yeah, I'll be interested to see how that comes out. I'm actually excited for that. I know everyone's like, "Oh, Robert Pattinson playing Batman." I don't get it. And it's like, no, I can see it honestly. If he gets the right body build for it and doesn't get super bulky, but I could see him playing a good young Batman.
Plus, probably Batman didn't know to get big and bulky until later on in his career. That's what the director writer was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying that he's happy to create a Batman that's not him just starting out, that's not him way down the line knowing everything and being a fucking badass, but kind of being a year or two into it and messing up and not being very good at being Batman yet, but still discovering what it means to be that character. We haven't had that. We've never had that. We've always had Batman, either he's awesome Batman or he's just beginning Batman.
Still want to see a Batman Beyond movie, but that's just me.
So
I
do
think
I.
that would be cool.
Michael
do
Keaton
I.
as fucking Bruce Wayne would be great.
All right. So before we start this, are we going to do the
Yeah, let's
the
flush
Oh
it out.
yeah.
yeah,
Our
we got to
quick
flesh
skip.
that out. I mean, it shouldn't be hard to figure out, but I mean, it just needs to be. And now the streamers are going to be, screwed on the funniness of this because they're going to hear us flesh it. But
Sorry,
Well,
guys.
that's what they get for being behind the scenes. If you're
Yeah.
streaming still right now, you're behind the scenes. We love you,
Oh yeah.
but you don't. You're in on the joke.
Yeah, you get to see how the jokes are made.
Yeah,
Where the
exactly.
sausage comes from.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, with all of the all of that.
So I'll come in and I'll be like, the smell was the worst part, but I was able to kind of get around that. My neighbors they weren't able to tell anything. I kind of got all the bags to the trash can or whatever, but it was a messy cleanup. And one of you guys asked me a question that kind of leads into it might being a body or something. Like somehow, like what question could we ask?
What'd you do with the blood? Did you cut it up or did you dissolve it? Play into the Breaking Bad concepts.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I like that. I mean, honestly,
who's
this
gonna
goes
ask
between y'all two, and then let Thorny ask that.
Okay.
All right.
And
then we'll play off of that. And after about a good, let's go back and forth, and then we'll come in and be like, dude, we're on the air. Like, let's play it up until we get to like a almost give it away point. You know what I mean? Like I'm about to basically say I murdered somebody.
Okay.
And then right before I'm about to get to that point, be like, we're on the air. We're on the air.
Okay. I'll do. That's a good idea because if y'all do that, that can easily lead me into a situation or into my two situations that I actually have fucked up on the air.
Okay.
And so if y'all can do that, and I can be like, hey, we're on the air, guys, and then then y'all can do some kind of bullshit apology of some sort, and then I can discuss my two big fuck ups, and we'll see how that goes.
All right.
And then we can go into all these clips. Now y'all know the first one, but all the other ones y'all have no clue. I'm just gonna go through them, and we're just gonna go until we either get bored or we hit 20 minutes.
All right.
Okay. Let's go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1.
I didn't hear you, Will. Is that going? Because your fucking thing was all messing up.
Oh, hey, yeah, it's going.
Okay, so it's kind of back in.
Yeah, count me back in, Will.
3, 2, 1.
Oh God, but the smell, man. That was the worst fucking part of it all. Like I don't know how my neighbors didn't just, tell everything from that smell, but I was able to get everything kind of cleaned up and into the trash can with like several bags.
How did you get it out? Like did you like dissolve it or did you like cut it up or what? Or did you like sink drain it?
Man, it's tough, because you can't just chop into something like that with like a cleaver or something like that. You really need like a saw, like a bone saw or something. Like, so I had to borrow something, and that was a lot. That was a lot of work. That was the worst part of it all.
Where did you find a bone saw at that hour of the night?
In my line of work,
hey guys, we're live right now. I hope y'all know that.
They haven't heard all of that, did they? How much did they hear that, Will?
They heard quite a bit of it, guys.
Ooh.
But I'm gonna tell you this:
a felony amount.
I wouldn't call it a felony amount, but
we're good. We're good.
Yeah, you might want to walk through your little peepholes in your doors, though, just in case.
Welcome back to Zaboys.
Yeah, no kidding. Welcome back to Zaboys, indeed. Let's go ahead and just start off with this. So we have Chris, can we do this one more time? Who's gonna introduce this?
I thought you were gonna go straight into it.
Okay, let's do it one more time.
Okay.
Yeah, because
that was so good.
that was really good. I enjoyed it. I may be able to cut
Yeah.
out. I may be able to, like, if y'all could just do a quick bullshit thing, I probably can save most of what y'all did.
Yeah, we'll
And then-
Just do it again
from the
Just do it again.
top. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
but
see when
but
we
I'm
get the
just gonna
second
go-
take.
But I'm just gonna go right into my thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just go straight into it. Like, I'll just say whenever I go, well, welcome back to the boys. That's when you should go directly into your seg.
Yeah, just
Okay.
play it off like you don't know, or like it's just like, oh, okay, never mind.
Okay. So I'll just say, hey, we're live, and then you'll go, welcome back to the boys, and then I'll just
Oh,
start.
yeah.
Okay. All right, let's try that again. That's my fault, guys. I'm sorry.
No, good.
3, 2, 1, go.
The smell, like, if I was gonna really break something down to the worst part of what that was, the smell probably should have got me caught. My neighbor should have noticed something. I don't know. I got it cleaned up though. I got it all out to the trash. Like it was okay.
How did you break it down? Like, did you cut it up or did you just dissolve it?
Well, I mean, like something like that, you can't just like hack with like a cleaver or like a steak knife or something.
Yeah.
So I had to find a bone saw like that.
Wait,
You have no idea.
where did you find a bone saw at that hour? Like, I don't even know places that sell bone saws.
In my line of work, you don't buy
Hey,
stuff like that.
hey,
You
guys.
borrow- Hey, yeah, what's up?
We're live.
Oh,
We're live right
oh shit.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Like how live? How much do they hear?
now. All of it.
Like a felony amount?
No, not quite a felony amount, but I bet they probably could find you if they wanted to.
Oh crap. Well, while I, kind of hide myself. Welcome back to the boys. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I do have a couple of situations where I have been in one of these situations that we're about to do on this next segment, which is going to do nothing more than make fun of all these newscasters who have had problems while they have, well, been on the air. So one of the big times that I have had is I'm not going to say which station just because I don't want to, screw myself over. But one of the first things that I ever did.
Metagaming
What?
pigeon.
I made it all the way through my entire segment or my entire, shift up until about 5:30 or 6. And then I only had 3 or 4 more hits to do. And I completely forgot my out cue. And instead of saying the out cue, I just kept on thinking, I'm sorry. And then saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Again, I'm sorry. And then I just turned off my microphone because I couldn't remember what remember the out cue. I just said, well, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm just going to turn it off. And then the other
Help.
time,
It's again.
Yeah. it was just like, I'm just done. Like they can deal with it on their own. Like I'm said and done. The other time was I was doing a traffic report and I'll go ahead and say it was in Houston. And I said Garth Brooks instead of Garth Road.
If you're driving on Garth Brooks, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
well,
lightning strikes.
well, the funniest part about it was also flooding at the time. So Garth Brooks, it kind of made a little bit more sense because Garth Brooks was flooding.
Oh.
But that was a whole other thing. So, anyways, guys, I've got a little bit of a game for y'all. If y'all feel like playing the game, all right.
Also, always,
this
always.
one is basically. This one's basically going to be. Let's just go ahead and say we're going to call them cringy, hilarious, or well, let's come up with some. Let's all come up with some good ideas for how we want to gauge these because some of these are going to be awkward, some of these are going to be cringy, and
I
some
like
of these
cringy.
are just going to be cringy.
Yes, I
Okay,
like
that's gonna be
cringy.
the turp
I say
side.
like
cringy.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, and then maybe awkward as the middle.
Let's go offensive. Let's see
Offensive?
if we're
Okay.
offended by any of these. Let's see if any of these make us go, well, you know what? You shouldn't have said that at all.
Okay, that sounds good. So we'll go with cringy, awkward, hilarious, and just absolute, just offensive.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right, this first one I've already shown y'all because we've checked this out, but I know for a fact that our listeners have not heard this unless they've been paying attention to some of the news. I'm going to call this one so hilarious that it started the whole idea of the segment.
Wait. The whole idea of the segment came from let's bring in just a tiny bit of seriousness to it.
Okay.
It came from the Oklahoma announcer that got caught on air without knowing he was on air,
That's true.
calling the girl basketball players N-words because they were kneeling, and he blamed it on his low blood sugar. That's why we have this segment, but we're having fun with this.
Yeah,
But we're
Let's be
not
real.
going to do that. We've got this guy that, like, the reason why I wanted to bring this up was because of this specific clip right here. And I'm not going to play the other one because
No.
I did not find that to be
yeah.
good
That's
at all. This one,
overall.
We get the picture. Let's do it.
yeah. So here we go. This first one, if I can talk, this first one is going to be, well, I'll just let y'all listen to it.
Time now for one more thing. I gotta pee. I gotta pee. You're on the air. Greg. Jesse, why don't you say you kick us off?
That was so funny. All right, I'll take Greg's slot until he has to come back from the bathroom.
This guy is Greg Gutfield from Fox News, who just decided, and apparently, and there's other parts of this clip that go on later on, but I'm not gonna play the whole thing because it's a little too long. But this guy basically just starts singing this song because he doesn't know he's on the air, and he claims that it was an error based on the fact that he was unplugged from something. But he's very excited at the end of this. I'm going to try to find the actual right spot. Let me try to play it from here, and we'll see. But I mean, you've
that
already heard all
song.
of this.
I gotta pee. I gotta pee. I gotta pee.
Greg, maybe you could use that cat's litter box if you have to pee so badly.
How did you know I had to pee?
Yeah.
Gosh. All right.
Okay,
You said
that part made it funny. I'm sorry, but the second part is what makes that funny. I don't know. The first part to me was just awkward.
Yeah, well,
So you
because he had no
found the
idea.
first part awkward there, Thorny?
I thought the first part was awkward. The first time I saw it and watched it, I went, eh. But that second part, that makes it funny. I hadn't heard that part before. So that was a good part.
That was a different clip that I found whenever I pulled it. So let's go ahead and move on to. Actually, let's go ahead and decide what do we think? Is this awkward, hilarious, or like how did you get in
hilarious.
here, dog? Go somewhere else.
That's hilarious. That's
just hilarious.
yeah.
It's not even awkward. It's nothing.
I've still got to go with awkward just because.
All right.
I'm still not. I didn't find it hilarious, but it was funny enough with that second part in there about the litter box.
How about this one? An anchor loses her shit over reading this story. And where did it go? There.
Where did
Live
it
on
go
Zaboys.
now? Where did
And
it
here
go?
we go.
Some scary moments for customers at a Kansas Home Depot. Police responded to reports of a bomb threat at the store in Wichita. A customer alerted employees. A man inside the bathroom said there was a bomb in the building. Police were able to locate the man responsible for those comments, and that man told police he warned other guests to leave the restroom because he was, quote, fixing to blow it up, but had no intention of causing panic. Man also told police others in the room laughed, understanding his joke, which I'm just now getting. Says they will not be pressing charges. But I can tell you right now, you asked the producer for me to read that, didn't you? To Ethan now, please.
Okay, that one was hilarious.
That is hilarious. That I think it's more hilarious because she was so professional for so much of it. because you know how it goes when it comes to Will, you definitely know when
Oh,
it
yes,
comes
I
to people getting copy about news copy, they get it a good amount beforehand before they actually are reading it on air. It's just not most of the time, unless it's breaking news, it's not just like hand it to them. They know what's going on. So she read that a couple of times. And
Well,
didn't get it until she was on the fucking air.
well, what she says in it is like it got slipped in there.
Yeah.
So like,
she said that.
Yeah, like, somebody put that in there because she didn't know that that was even going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Which,
oh my god.
All right, so I got another one.
The joke caught me off guard with that when it was good.
Well, it was supposed to because it was too funny, in my opinion. This next one is called News Anchor is Reading Local Children's Birthdays. And this is very early in this clip, so pay attention.
And Hugh Janus turning 10. We'd mentioned...
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. It's one of those. It's one of those.
I totally felt for it, didn't I?
I think it was a trick. I think
you're right.
I think it was a trick name.
You're right.
Okay.
Wait for it.
I think you're right.
I think it's one of those.
Who asked for that shout out? Who asked for it?
I'm gonna go back and look.
You?
Who asked for it?
I'll have to go back and look.
Maybe it's legit and I have a sick mind, but that's the way it came across.
Hopefully there's not a 10-year-old really with that name out there who, wow.
Sorry, I had to play that whole one out. It was a little long, but it was worth it in my opinion.
It was hilarious. That was a
But
good one.
Hugh Janus.
It was a quick catch.
Hilarious.
All right, this
That
next
was
one.
good.
What do y'all think about that one?
It was hilarious.
Hilarious.
Oh, hilarious. All right, this one is called. Oh, I can't tell you what it's called, but this anchor is promoting some kind of NASCAR thing, and that's pretty much all I've really got.
For $64, a professional instructor will take you for a 3-hour
Gonna need to
heart-pounding
replay
lap.
that. We'll go ahead and replay that because the beginning didn't get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I chopped up pretty bad.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is also not a very good clip, but if it chopped up that bad, because I mean, you have to hear the beginning of this one.
Give it a try.
For $64, a professional instructor will take you for a 3-hour heart-pounding lap ride. 190.
A 3-lap ride.
3-lap ride. Thank you.
Not a lap ride.
Ah, cringy. That one's cringy as all hell.
490.
Cringy or awkward.
So
I found that pretty awkward.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
the lady just straight up, like, just flat out has a Freudian slip there.
Well, for me, it's
lap
cringy
ride?
because the clip itself is just so rough. But then,
Yeah.
like when they do explain what happened, you kind of go, okay. So yeah,
Well,
I mean,
how
I get awkward, but it was cringy in my mind.
All right. Well, how about this one? This anchor is asking the weatherman whether it's going to be barbecue weather or not.
Oh God.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. And here we go.
All right, Mike. So are we gonna have some barbecue weather or?
You're gonna have some wet meat out there.
You know? Actually disgusting.
You know it. Just
Okay.
the meat's just wet. Oh, that's gross.
Please
Morning
put
news.
that thing that says hyperlocal forecast now.
Perfect.
Dry
So
air
not
movement.
Cringy.
No wet meat on
dry
Friday.
meat.
Ooh, I love those days.
I'm going with awkward, but
I can see awkward too, but I'm going pure cringe on that one, mainly because you can tell that just by some of the laughing, there's some interpersonal, like, sexual stuff going on in that studio between some of those people. Just the wet meat joke got over, but not in like the way that everyone was like laughing, ha ha ha, you made a wet meat joke. It was more like, ha ha ha, somebody's fucking in the office. Like, that's kind of what I got out of it.
it did feel a little weird because they all played into it more after, and you're like, oh, that was awkward.
And then the dry meat joke, and those are my favorite days.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many weird,
right.
cringy things going on with that.
That's a good point. Well, how about this one? This is a reporter interviewing the owner of a burger joint.
Well, the best part is, the guy that comes in and goes, let me buy lunch today. Those guys.
Actually, before I replay this, I'm going to do this again. The reporter is the woman in this entire thing, and that is kind of important for this clip. So here we go.
Well, the best part is, the guy that comes in and goes, let me buy lunch today. Those guys.
Yeah, here, let me get it.
Right, I got it. It's a $2.99 burger. I'll buy lunch.
But, okay, well, I don't mean to interrupt, but can I try one of these?
Courtney, I would love to see my meat in your mouth. So I've got a burger ready to go for you.
First time I've heard that.
Oh,
I'm offended by that.
Are you really?
As a restaurant manager, I'm offended by that. Like, because there is no way that homie did not know that he was about to say that I would enjoy my meat in your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, he planned on it.
He knew what he was doing.
I watched the clip, and the reporter is not ugly. I'll tell you that. She is an attractive woman.
Most reporters aren't.
Well, but it was one of those moments of, really, why would you say that whenever you know you're being recorded? Like, that's awful.
For me, that's cringy. That was a cringy.
Yeah,
one.
that's super cringy.
But I can see
a little cringe on that too. I will go.
No, I can see where you're coming from, Chris. Yeah.
You jumped out for a second there, Chris. But
if I was a restaurateur, which I am, I manage a restaurant, and I was being interviewed on TV, I would know everything I was saying, and so it's just like you make us look bad there, sir.
Yeah.
No, that would definitely.
And also $2.99 burgers makes you look cheap too. So
yeah, right. $2.99 meat in your mouth is not worth it, ladies.
It's human meat, is what it is. Do you think human meat would sell for a high price or a low price in a restaurant?
Soylent Green was people, and that was like not like the best food in that movie. So yeah.
All right, I've got 4 more for you if you're okay with. Okay. Still doing this. This one is an anchor that can't handle an odorous story. If it'll play.
Well, more bodily functions in the news this morning. The next time you pass gas, make sure no police are around. A man in West Virginia faces assault charges after police say he passed gas and handed the officer. I mean, don't laugh. After the man was already arrested for DUI, according to police reports of St. Cruz. I can't even get through this.
He passed the gas so loudly the officer said it was, quote, very odorous and created contact of an insulting or provoking nature. See, that wasn't even right. To put that story in there was wrong. That was wrong, man.
I didn't see it when I was looking through the script. Who stuck that in there?
Very odorous.
That's just awkward.
Yeah, that's very awkward. I got a little bit cringe in there, but the awkwardness definitely came from the fact that if you listen to the very beginning of the clip, like, Will, I don't know if you can, but can you get just the very first 10 seconds and listen to her tone when she says another bodily function in the news? It's telling of what the rest of it's going to be.
Yeah, it loses its humor, and you're like, oh, she's grossed out by this, but then she loses it, and you're like, this seems really forced.
Like, listen
Y'all
to
want
her.
to hear it?
Yeah, listen to her when she says it.
Well, more bodily functions in the news this morning.
Did you hear that sigh?
Yeah.
She doesn't want to talk about this anymore.
Yeah, she's exasperated already.
Multiple times she's had fart stories in her fucking newscast.
Yeah.
This is the last straw for Karen. Like she is tired of the fart stories, and then homie had to take up the fart story, and he had to reset himself. So you hear him come in and try to save the day, and talk kind of newsy, but then he's got to stop himself and then get even more newsy because you're like, oh fuck, this is serious. It was awkward.
Actually do my job.
It was a bad news story that should have never made the air.
Yeah, it shouldn't have. All right, this next one is anchor doesn't understand a specific word, and by specific word, I think you'll understand what that is.
It's time now for a full look at your forecast with Astrid. Maybe we can canoodle before you get into it about.
We're not going to be canoodling. What?
Oh, I thought canoodle meant chat. Astrid, you're lucky there's a producer in my ear. I would have carried that on and all.
You know what? You just made the blooper reel. Good job, Andrew.
Class. Take it away. Get me off camera.
Oh, this is too much fun.
Oh, no, it was not.
That is three. That is three of them. That is cringy, hilarious, and awkward, all rolled into one.
I just got cringy in the entire thing for me. Oh,
The whole thing is terrible.
I felt sorry for that poor lady because he tried to save it. Like he does not know that, or he did that. He knows canoodling does not mean chat. He was just like, "Oh shit, I'm about to get hit with sexual harassment. How do I save this? I thought canoodling meant chat." And it's like, no.
Was there two women in that clip, or just one?
No, there was just one.
Okay,
it was just the one.
Okay,
but also the whole thing about getting me off, and then he had that pause. Get me off.
Oh, super cringy.
I'm sorry. Play that full one more time.
Let me go back. Let me go back and find that again because like that is. You want the whole thing or just the that ending part?
I thought it was two women, so that throws my whole thought process on what's going on now.
All right, I'll just play the whole thing all over again.
It's time now for a full look at your forecast with Astrid. Maybe we can canoodle before you get into it about.
We're not going to be canoodling. What?
Oh, I thought canoodle meant chat. Astrid, you're lucky there's a producer in my ear. I would have carried that on and on.
You know what? You just made the blooper reel. Good job, Andrew.
Class. Take it away. Get me off camera.
Oh, this is too much fun.
Get me off camera.
Yeah, that dude has definitely hit on her before. Like he's made passes at her and she's not having it. That's cringy.
Yeah, that definitely gets. I'm getting rid of the. No, it's all three because I laughed a lot about that. Definitely awkward.
It is funny, but it should not be funny, but it is.
I think overall cringe is definitely the winner on that though. He's totally,
he's aware.
He's hit on her.
All right. I got two more guys. This one was submitted by my friend Kevin Jessup. And so I'm going to go ahead and play it. Anchor has an awkward Freudian slip. And I think you're going to figure this one out pretty quick, too.
Right after the break, we're going to interview Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. Excuse me, he's blind. So we'll see about that.
What?
Fuck that up.
How? It's so offensive, but it's hilarious. It's hilarious how offensive that is because it's like, how did you Freudian slip blind with gay? Those are very different things. Twice also.
Will, play it again.
Yes,
and
sir.
Before you play it, you gotta listen to the way she says he's gay. Because she is like really like leading that in like it's a really big shock factor, like he's gay. Really lock into the way she says he's gay.
All right, I'll play the whole thing again one more time.
Right after the break, we're going to interview Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. Excuse me, he's blind. So we'll hear about that.
It was like that was supposed to be part of the conversation or a part of the story, and then it was cut, but she knew about it.
She said it twice.
He's gay. He's gay. I mean, he's blind. It's like, no. Yeah, exactly. For a news story on the behind the scenes here, we're getting people saying like that has nothing to do with the news story. So why would it come up? Exactly. It's a bad Freudian slip that makes no sense.
But is he gay? Like, I want to know now.
Probably. He probably is.
There's no way to know. Look it up. All right, and I've got one last one.
Yeah, we need some fact checkers.
And I mean, I have plenty of other. Yeah, we're way over time
I'm
right now.
crying.
Yeah.
But
so
I have plenty of other ones.
this works.
that
Roll
we
this
can do
last
later.
one, and then let's yeah.
All right. Well, this one is an anchor reads the teleprompter correctly, but too bad it has a wrong word in it.
Oh no.
Check your panties. About 175,000 rice. I think that was supposed to be pantries.
Oh no. Okay. Hilariously cringy.
Rice and slow cookers are being recalled due to fire and electric shock hazards.
I just can't help it. Like, because even his producer is like, I'm sorry, I couldn't warn you about the fact that this was wrong in the teleprompter.
Will, one last time, please, because I don't think we understand the impact of it until we realize it's about to start right off the bat.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we go. One last time.
Check your panties. About 175,000 rice. I think that was supposed to be pantries.
I couldn't warn you before I saw it, and I couldn't warn you, Eric. I'm so sorry.
About 175,000 rice and slow cookers are being
Cut
recalled.
Cut it, Will. That.
Damn it! Who put a question mark on the teleprompter? You know that Burgundy will read anything that's on there.
Oh my God, that is
That's
like
essentially what it was.
Yep. That
Ron
is...
Burgundy, because he couldn't not say panties.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't say it. Like he could not say it. Like that's. I think the teleprompter might be the most dangerous thing in live television. Is the teleprompter, because how many times have we seen people reading it and it mess up and then just like completely lose the fact that they know how to speak? You know, like English becomes a third language to people whenever they read a teleprompter. They just like go,
Even a fourth.
Yeah. Lord,
Oh my
have
gosh,
mercy,
that was-
save
that was
us.
Great, Will. That was.
I found a whole bunch of other ones, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've got another 10 that I could use later on. Like, this could be a straight up segment that we could just do, and I could just find stupid shit like this.
Are these
Because
videos?
it's everywhere.
Are these videos?
Well, I'm taking audio from videos, but
Yes.
yeah, if we could ever show the video at some point, yeah, like I picked the ones that would be better just for audio, but there are some of these that are better for if you can actually see it.
Please post them. That's what we'll
Because
do. That's what we'll do, guys.
Yeah.
All you listening out there, if you want to watch these videos and watch a couple more that we didn't go over and have some fun with us, we'll post these on Zaboys' Facebook page.
That is.
And, we'll do that. What else? We're going to post some more fun stuff, guys. We'll probably post some stuff on our favorite director's cuts. We'll try to find that, see if we can think of our favorite director's cuts, and hopefully you guys interact on the Zaboys Facebook page. We would love to interact with you guys. Our buddy Daniel Payne has interacted with us on the Facebook page.
Yeah, thank you,
with
Daniel.
a couple of things. Josh Weir. And we love all the bands that have reached out to us. We're going to have some interviews also coming up here on Zaboys. We're going to interview people like Connor Runnels up there in Illinois, a band called Arabella. We'll have him. TJ Zavala, he runs a CBD shop, and he's in a band called... Ooh, is that that's not Instinct. That is damn, I have to look up your band, TJ. I forgot what your band fucking is called. I hate myself for that. But we'll also have the band Instinct on. We'll have a Facek, which is members of the band that I used to be in, for Conformity and Basilisk. Yeah, Jonathan Baker and Sam Boatner. They have a new band, so we'll be playing them. We'll play some more September Moon, Allergen Drive. We have so many bands that have sent us music to play, and we have so many people that have wanted to come on our air. Jared Adolph and his record Palm Mute Records, we'll be working with them. Like, there is lots of people that have reached out. Continue to reach out. We will put you on, and we will have some fun with you on the Zaboys podcast. We love you guys. Thorny, did you have a good time tonight?
Oh yeah, great time.
Will, did you have a good time tonight?
Of course, even though my segment went a little bit longer than it was supposed to.
We
but
all did.
I think we all died laughing.
We had some fun. I'm in tears right now. Hopefully, we'll be able to dry up those tears and come back with you in a couple of weeks with some new topics and some new fun on a Zaboy podcast. love y'all. Have a good night.
Be safe.
See you. And we're out.
Cool.
Perfect. That was a good show.
That one came together a lot better than I expected it to, honestly.
I was I was really crying over here. Like I had tears. The one before the panties one got me.
Was my segment better than you thought it was going to be?
It was better than I expected. I did not expect that to work, honestly.
This was exactly how I thought it.
Okay.
Cool. So next week, do we want to do our first music interview, or do we want to?
Yeah,
wait?
Let's try to get an interview next week, and let's try to do a in the bag segment next week, like a list or something.
Yeah, like a backup, just to record during because that way we can actually, if need be, we can record the interview separate during this next week, so that it's and then just cut it into the show. That way it's not so drastic to be like, oh, we've only got 20 minutes with these guys. We can actually go and record whatever we want and then cut it up if need be and splice in between with like us asking different questions and making it work better that way.
Yeah, okay. I'm totally down with that. Yeah, let's reach out to TJ because he was the first one to actually So yeah, let's reach out to him and let's think of. I kind of like Thorny. I like your idea for the list.
It was like thinking about him. It kind of got me moving in my it almost made me cry just thinking about the Lion King one and the up scene. I was like, ooh, man.
Let's either do that or do the Academy Award movies we actually saw.
Okay. Yeah, either one works.
Because the Oscars got announced or whatever. So if we could,
I'd have to look that up.
It's best picture winners we saw. So and then we take that list of the ones that we actually saw and then put that into a top 10. So we're not breaking down top 10 best movies of all time.
Yeah,
we're breaking down top 10 if we've actually even seen these fucking best picture movies, because that kind of becomes
you mean a
really niche thing.
Yeah, you're saying take the top 10 of all time that have won the award.
So no. So let's all throughout the history of the Oscars, let's look at the best picture winners. Let's look at the ones we've actually seen. Compile that list just to ourselves, and then bring that there, and then bring that to the list, and then make a top 10 out of that.
Yes,
gotcha.
gotcha.
So we're only judging the movies that we've seen.
Yeah.
And it ties into the fact that we can talk about the fact that a lot of the Oscar winners are movies that most people don't see, and why are they considered the best movies, and we can kind of roll what we've just talked about with the Grammys kind of into the next thing and kind of piggyback it.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna let you guys get back to
what y'all need to do. But I do like the
do.
Disney one, so let's decide. Yeah, let's decide on that in the next couple of days, which one we really want to do, which one we think that.
Yeah, we can. I mean, we can record both
and see if we get Facebook poll or something like that.
I feel like that gives it away though. Well, so it makes it harder to have the backup content after. I would say, like I said, honestly, we've got 2 weeks. We can record both if need be.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll figure it out.
They're only about an hour long.
Yeah, cool. They should only be about. We should do most of the prep work. Let's do most of the prep work like we do it now on stream, and then record just the hour of us actually like going through the list. So remember how we used to have the pre thing where we record or have it on the live stream of Podbean or whatever. Whatever that hosting site we had. And we had that just going, and that was us just.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, it was just us going.
You remember what that was called or whatever?
But
whatever that was.
I've got it, but I mean, I don't plan on using it as a live thing because after a little while it starts fucking everything up. Yeah. So.
Oh no! I mean, just like we used to. I mean, not using that. I mean, like using that as like the base of how we used to do it, and. So instead of using it there, we'll use it on Twitch, and that Twitch will be us breaking down how we created the list, and then the actual only list will be the only thing recorded.
Yeah, we'll record
Okay.
the list for the
Yeah,
show
we can do that.
and put that into the show. But all the breakdown and stuff we can work over streams or Squadcast and Twitch still, so we can still shoot ideas around and everything, and we can still put that up as a behind the scenes for anyone that wants to tune in.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, that works.
And maybe we can even get suggestions from the audience and
Mhm.
maybe feedback from there, because they can message us on the Twitch, right?
Yeah. There's a little chat here that people we talk on the side here. So whenever we're doing a story, I've got like Michael, Catherine's brother jumped in and said some stuff, and Rachel's here jumping in, and then I've got a friend up in Alaska that jumps in, and so they're all kind of like.
Do you have
saying
anybody
comments.
who's asking anything right now?
Rachel's here right now.
I mean, we're okay.
Yeah, Rachel's been watching today.
I don't know.
Michael left a little bit earlier, and Alaska had to go eat dinner. So
We should next episode make sure that we shout them out, talk about things that they're talking on the Twitch. Let's make sure to interact with the Twitch on air, like it's the text stream on 105.3.
Yeah. That's
every
kind of
once
the
in a
goal.
while- Yeah. Let's get that going.
Will, I dropped you some mid segments recordings that I did for that highlights our social media. So one says hey, check us out on Facebook, and the other one mentions the Twitch, so that way you could plug them in either before or after the songs if you want, and that way it's still there and people can hear it. It adds 30 seconds, I think, in total or a minute in total for both if you use both, but something like that.
And I'll probably end up using both. So, but yeah, that's cool since you got that, because I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah, I was just bored one night and just recorded them both 10 minutes of work, and was like, cool, and just shot them out to you and said, cool, that'll work. They're kind of
Cool.
silly,
Yeah,
they play into some into some oddities, but I don't know. Let me know what you think about them. If not, we can always record other ones too.
Did you send me
Awesome,
those? Where'd you send those? Just over Facebook or?
No, they're in your Gmail. I emailed them to you.
They're in my Gmail.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, guys, I'm heading out. I gotta pee. I think this was a really, really, really
gotta
good episode.
pee, I gotta pee.
I gotta pee. I think this was 10 times better than last week, and last week was pretty good. So
yeah, this was a fun one, man. I dig it.
Cool. And we'll prep for the couple of weeks.
Sounds good. I'll catch you dogs
All right,
later.
guys.
Yep.
Later.
Yeah, have a good one. Bye.
Cool. We are wrapping up here, but welcome back, Alaska. What was for dinner? I'll hang a little bit longer with you guys. No, I can't play a game tonight because it's already 11:17 and I have a dentist appointment in the morning. But so I can chill for a few more minutes here and see how everyone's doing. Chicken and yellow rice. Hell yeah. Nice. I love me some yellow rice. Did you add the lemon juice to it this time? Delicious. Oof, I am still red. You can't see in the camera as much, but spent all day in Abilene yesterday in the sun, which was not smart. But it's healing up faster than I expected, so that's good. Peas and peppers, hell yeah. No lemon juice. Oh, okay. There's always later with the extra rice. Oh, that's a note for D&D. Mechasis. Yeah, there we go. That's how you say it. Ooh, that was a rough one. That'll be another cool thing coming up soon too. My D&D group, we're recording some test games that we're trying out for Candlekeep Mysteries, and those will be up on YouTube at some point, and I'll share those out in the world. I have aloe. I'll put some more on right after this. I put on some before we started. And normally I do take sunscreen at those kinds of things, but I rushed out the door and no one else brought any, so it was like, oh shit. Which is why I spent half the day hiding in the van, sleeping there, and then going to check into the hotel. And then I waited till the sun went down before I went back out for the second half of the festival, and then started babysitting drunk people. So That's fine. YouTube is there's a link. I don't know if it will do that. YouTube. Yeah, I didn't wear a good mask. You're right. I don't know where the link is. It popped up. Oh, it should be in this Twitch. There should be a link to it somewhere in the Twitch about me as well. Let's see. That's the Instagram one. Oh my goodness. That's the Instagram one as well. There it is. I need to rename the YouTube because it's becoming different than what I thought it was. There we go. That's the YouTube thing. Well, awesome. I hope both of you are had a good weekend as well and a good week. It's weird not doing this weekly anymore like we used to in the past. Hopefully, though, by the next time that we do another episode, I'll have some new stuff going on in this room because I ordered some art so that it's not just green walls with Einstein staring at you. I'm trying to get back into streaming. The only problem with games right now is I'm trying to find a new one to play. I don't want it to be something that consumes a whole bunch of hours. Like, I don't want to play like an MMO because it's hard not to want to play 8 hours of that when you're getting stuff done. But at the same time, I need to find something that like I click with, that I'm like, yes, I enjoy playing this. Speaking of peas, those walls, yeah. You've seen these walls. They're, yeah, I guess they are kind of a pea green. Oh, no, sorry, the correct paint color for this was called semen green, actually, which sounds weird when I say it out loud now, but whenever I was 20 or 19 and I painted them this color, I said, that's hilarious. Because I was like, hey, Mom, you're going to go to the store and you're going to buy this paint called semen green for me. What kind of games do I like? RPGs. So it's like D&D games and Fallout, like things like that. Dead by Daylight was fun, but I'm kind of over it right now. The same bed that I still have. Yes, I remember when we were shopping for that bed. That was, oh yeah. Let's see, what else do I like to play? I'm not great at shooters. Kind of got tired of shooters. I don't know. I just need something. I want something that's chill enough that we can still all talk and have a good time, and something that also we can still make some jokes in. Yes, play Batman. I do have a lot of Batman games actually that I could play. I should check out Stardew Valley. I think that's right now kind of sitting at the top of the list just because I know it's chill. But yeah, I do have like 6 different Batman games already that I could play. The only problem is I've played them all back in the day when I didn't stream, and so I know exactly what to do. So they get a little... The only one that I want to replay again is Batman Origins, which no one ever sells. Like, I never put on sale anymore. But I'll figure it out. I'll definitely try to have a game stream sometime this week. Work's been a little easier. I don't think I have any photo work to do this week. I don't have any logo work I have to do. That reminds me, Pika. What is your nonprofit? We need to talk about that because I'm sure y'all need a logo, and I'm curious if I could mock something up for you. Yeah, the PlayStation Spider-Man game ended up being great. But on the hardest difficulty, ooh. Oh, I would be so angry, but it might be worth it. Brigade's Beacon. Interesting. Okay. I'll have to talk to you probably tomorrow about some meaning behind that and see what I can think up. Because I've been doing a lot of graphic design stuff on the side right now, just kind of like just to learn it. Been doing like logo design, Yeah, definitely. Like I said, just for honestly, just to give it a try. Like I said, I did the News of Boys logo. I did the Just Photography logo. I think I'm gonna play around with some September Moon merch ideas soon, but I'm not certain. No Man's Sky does seem pretty chill. But yeah, so that's just kind of what I've been doing. That's why I haven't been on as much. I've been staying super busy with trying to just better my all-around skills. Trying to think of new YouTube videos and how to make them, but it kind of getting to that point where it's like I need a crew almost, but I don't have enough trust in people because the last time I tried to put together a crew, they kind of drove me nuts really quick because everybody wants to ad lib or change what they're working on into what they think they're working on. Yeah, I don't do well with people. This weekend, I learned the way I put it this weekend. I had a moment where I sat down in the dirt, leaned up against a tree, felt the breeze blow by me, and realized, wow, I don't really like drinking as much as I used to, and cigarettes aren't as fun as as good as they used to be, and I looked at all these people around me and I was like, oh shit, the older I get, the more I become Caduceus Clay. Like just very meh and just calm about everything. Which I'm actually fine with, so. It's not. It's really not a bad thing at all, Alaska. That's kind of one of those things. I realized I found peace in that. I was like, I really dig that kind of that just calmness in the world, and that like it's okay to just have your wisdom and just to be there watching people and kind of making sure everyone else is okay. Okay, well, the doggy wants to go out. No Man's Sky is... I don't want to Google it right now. Actually, I will. Give me... I can't remember if it's the one I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah, it's the hopping from planet to planet to find, like, minerals and stuff, I believe. And then there's the other one that came out, too. Yeah, no, the cigarettes thing, like, I was doing really good there for a while, and then this weekend I bought a pack and smoked half of it and instantly regretted it. I'm not familiar with EVE Online. No, I know what you're talking about. EVE Online. No, I'm trying to think of the other one. It's something Horizons? New Horizons? No Horizons? It pops up on Steam all the time, and it's like an RPG that looked very much like it was going to be Borderlands meets Bioshock, but apparently it did not go well. Yeah, it does happen. You know, you go to a festival and you're out to have a good time, and you think, well, screw it. I'm on vacation. I'm just going to do everything I'm not supposed to, and then you instantly regret it. Shame, shame. I know your name. Yes, buddy. I know you want to go out. I'm about to let you out. Calm down. Come here. Come here. There you go. Let people see you. Say hello to people. Bloop. You're still really low down there because you're so small. Not really. He's kind of big. Yes, I did play that one. That one was really good, and I really wish that they would have made a sequel to it. It was called Bad Wolf. Yeah, it was called Bad Wolf, and I wish they'd have made a sequel to that one. I played the first two of the Walking Dead ones. I need to play the last two still, and I still need to play the Batman one. And then they have some other stuff, I think, too. Yes, all 5 episodes. Like I bought it all because whenever Telltale does that, I buy all 5 installments together so that I can just play them because I don't like the whole waiting 3 months for the next one to come out. Like I want to know, like, if a good story is going, I want to see where it's going. Okay. I've got to wrap it. This guy's getting antsy. Yeah, fuck away. Thank you both for swinging by. Michael, thanks for swinging by. Yeah, the Walking Dead ones were great. Like the whole story of Clementine kind of growing up in this world, like that first one brings me to tears every time at the end. And then the second one just starts to take a dark turn, so I'm curious to see where the third went, and I believe there's a fourth. I did play Stick of Truth. I got about halfway through it for the South Park games and started to get kind of like about it. And then I've got the superhero ones, Fractured Butthole, and I haven't touched it yet. That's a weird sentence when you say it out loud. I've got Fractured Butthole, but I haven't touched it yet. You tricked me. Okay, I've got to go. Again, thank you both for swinging by. Love hearing from you both. Love knowing that you're both safe and happy out there. Like I said, Michael, thank you as well. I'll probably catch up with Michael here soon, honestly. They improved mechanics. Pause again. Cool. I will catch you next time. Bye.